Everything starts with mindset. It's a foundation of all personal growth. And there is a weave that consists of thoughts, goals, self-discipline, self-talk, affirmations. And I've addressed some of those previously. And in this one, in talking about mindset, I'm going to continue to talk about thoughts, but also talk about affirmations and how they can help help you accomplish your goals. And so when it comes to self-talk, it changes thoughts. And as I mentioned to you all earlier, that thoughts are things, thoughts are very important. And thoughts change beliefs, beliefs change attitudes, attitudes change actions, and actions will change your future. Now, if you want to break the cycle of negative thoughts, you have to repeat positive statements. These are called affirmations, statements of the reality that you want to create as if it's already true, although it hasn't happened. They can help you erase fears, change attitudes, focus on what you want for yourself, make beliefs, create focus, create confidence. And to use affirmations, you have to speak in the present tense and describe what you want as if it's already accomplished. Let's say that you're afraid of heights and don't want to be afraid, so make an affirmation. I'm enjoying being high up. I love these views. Although you may not feel that way, you can trick yourself into believing the commands that you give yourself and acting as if it's true. Now, when you hold yourself back, aren't you acting as if you believe your fears to be true? Over time, the affirmations you tell yourself will become just as powerful as the old negative statements. Now, to reiterate, these positive statements should be in the present tense as though they have already happened. They've already been accomplished. When using affirmations, say what you want, not what you don't want. Don't say, all right, I will not lose my temper. Say, I am relaxed, calm, and patient. Don't say, I won't break my diet. Say, I prefer nutritious foods. Don't say, I'm getting fit. Do say, I am fit. Now, let's say that you have found out that your car is in a shop and needs major repairs. You say, I can't pay for this. Why me? How do I get to work? This thinking makes you feel upset. That kind of thinking doesn't provide a solution to get the situation. Focus on how to make it better. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Change around something like, I'm grateful that I have this car. It has provided me with good transportation in the past, and now I know my car is going to be in the shop. It's only going to be a little time. I can always get a ride from a coworker and pay them. Now, you notice how you change your feelings. It will change what you say to yourself. Negative self-talk greatly limits us. If you are constantly saying to yourself, I'm not smart, I won't ever amount to much, you probably won't try to learn a new skill. That's because learning a skill doesn't fit in with what you're telling yourself. Thus, you become a prisoner of your own beliefs. Nothing has changed when you first change your self-talk, except the signals you send to your brain, which cause you to feel a certain way. But this simple change has huge impacts. Remember, the mind is a cockpit in the airplane. Your mind controls the body. Telling someone you hate your job cannot help your job. By telling yourself you are unhappy with your job, you are most likely will not like it. If you want to change certain behavior, sometimes the trick is to say the exact opposite of what you feel or what you currently do. If you're always late, say to yourself, I'm always on time. I'm always on time. If you want to quit smoking, don't say, I have to stop smoking. Say, I no longer enjoy smoking. Smoking is disgusting. If you want to stop procrastinating, focus on the benefits you can achieve. I enjoy getting things done on time. So those little examples that I just relayed to you has nothing to do with buying and managing small apartments, but they're transferable skills that you can utilize. And sometimes you may have to get a pen, a paper, or write yourself an email and create things. So if you have a certain goal that you want to achieve, whatever it is, write an affirmation. Look at those affirmations. Read them out loud. That can help. And now after you learn the mindset, hopefully, not just from me, but you get it from a variety of people. I know I did. You get that skill set under your belt. Now the performance up to you. So I can pass you the ball, but I can't make you shoot. And I mentioned earlier about thoughts and how it's so key. And it's very true. And I'm going to stick with thoughts, of talking about thoughts. And there are things that you need to consider about thoughts. And that is like how you think is how you act. And you can determine how you act sometimes by using self-talk. What do you say to yourself? Self-talk can be done out loud, or it can be done silently. And we talk to ourselves constantly throughout the day. Now, there are types of successful self-talk, and there's self-debilitating self-talk. That's the starting gate, really, to success, is learning how you talk to yourself. It's how you explain events that happen in your life, how you direct yourself. What you tell the brain most, it will accept as truth. Now, no one's in charge of your happiness except for you. Realize that all your habits are learned and that your past thoughts, your past self-talk will influence your future. Some explanations we give ourselves are positive, they're empowering. Others, they give us anger, they feed our frustration or lead us to depression and despair. But most people don't stop and think about how they talk to themselves. If you listen to your self-talk, you can then change that talk as necessary to help you change, help you improve your behavior, your results, accomplish your goals, and form new beliefs if you need that. Self-talk is a song that's burnt into your mind. Now, you hit the play button when something happens. It's stored. By paying attention to what's going on in your head, you'll be able to decipher the thoughts and then sing a new song that gives you different thoughts. When you repeat a mistake, it's not a mistake, it's a decision. So when you say to yourself, any of the following things of this negative type of self-talk, like I have to, I should, I need to, I'm trying, to get what you really want, you have to change it. Change your self-talk. I choose to, I will, I must, I am. That's how. Self-talk. Now, that little book, well, not the book, the little train, the little engine that could, Google that story if you don't recall it, where he goes trying to go up the mountain. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. He's talking to himself. So just be aware of what you say to yourself as you live your life. And are those self-talk affirmations helping you, or they're hurting you? I'm trying to disperse what I've learned from books, from podcasts. I'm a constant learner, and I always want to improve. And a lot of times I have ideas. I always have ideas, but I try to put those ideas out and create something out of ideas, because ideas are nothing without follow-up and action. So here I am. This is the third recording of my video podcast recording. And as I mentioned, in these beginning stages of these videos, it's just going to be me. And I'm going to only talk about self-improvement. I always say mindset plus skill set plus performance equals results. Now, the skill set aspect is going to come into play when I start showcasing my team of CPA, attorney, mortgage broker, and property manager. And I'm going to give them the floor and have them talk about a variety of different topics so that we all can learn with the goal of owning a portfolio of small apartments. And so in this recording, mindset is still the nucleus. And I'm going to continue to talk about thoughts and why thoughts are important and key. Now, we all live our lives, and sometimes when we live our life, we have to look at what is coming into our head. And sometimes we have to block it, and sometimes we have to purposely program thoughts in our head to make us endure something, to help us push us through tough times, to entice us to do more. Now, when it comes to thoughts, where do thoughts come from? It comes from the brain. The brain is always with us, but are you really putting your brain to best use? What are you pumping in your head? Are you letting unconscious things go into your brain, into your life, into your work? Or are you using your brain proactively so it can serve you well? Think about a computer. You punch a lot of buttons on a computer. Punch this, it does this app. Do this, it does that app. Now, you punch a different set, it gives you different items, different conclusions. And if you're not getting what you want, guess what? You may be punching the wrong buttons. Maybe you have not installed the right buttons. It's a formula. So you have to know what's the right buttons to push, what's the wrong ones to push, which ones to install, which ones are like a virus. So you have to analyze yourself, do a self-audit. And when it comes to self-improvement, it covers a lot of things in life, from your family, your spouse, your friends, your money, your relationship with the Creator. Now, for me, my journey of self-improvement started in 2006. A friend gave me some audiobooks, and I devoured them. I mean, devoured them. And from that, it kind of started off a chain reaction of a variety of things to help me improve myself. And it's always now about constant, never-ending improvement. Now, the goal is to make this really a part of your lifestyle on how you do everything. Now, when I say everything and anything, really, we think about diets. Diets don't work because a person goes right back to how they used to do things. They haven't changed their lifestyle. And I'm not saying that because I'm like totally in shape. But at the same time, I know what to do, and I don't do those certain things too. So just as, speaking of eating, you are what you eat, you are what you think. You are what you put in your head. You are what you think about most of the time. Your thoughts make your character. Your life is parallel to the thoughts you have. There are things we can control. There are things we cannot control. In any given situation, we can control our thoughts, decide our reaction, tell ourselves who we are, who we want to be, and how to respond. So you need to direct your thoughts for what you want. Now, it's up to you. In this video, I'm going to talk about beliefs. And your beliefs compose your purpose. Your purpose formulates your desire. Your desire fuels your actions manufacture your results. And your results determine your success. Now, you most likely are familiar with the story of Wizard of Oz. But have you really thought about the lessons that it could have for you? Like the little engine that could, the Wizard of Oz has been inspiring children who are now grandparents, even great-grandparents. This author, Lyman Frank Baum, born shortly after Civil War, lived enough to see this beloved story come a hit, a play throughout the years. Became a movie, and now here's my summary of it. Once a tornado blew through a town. a girl named Dorothy from her home in Kansas, and it brought her to a place called Oz. Lost, she was. Lacking a roadmap or direction, she relied on the advice of a good witch who advised her to follow the yellow brick road to Wizard of Oz, who maybe can help her get back home because he was powerful. Now, on the way to the wizard, Dorothy met a scarecrow who joined her, and I hoped that the wizard could give him some brains. Then they both met a Tin Man. He wanted a heart because a wicked witch had put him under a spell, removed his heart. By now, Dorothy and the Scarecrow are such true believers in the power of the Wizard of Oz that they easily convince the Tin Man to join them. Lastly, they meet a lion who was afraid of everything and everybody. He joined the journey, hoping the wizard can give him courage to be the king of the beasts. As in any good story, there are problems along the way. First, there's the guard who tells them that if they have come for a stupid reason, the wizard might get angry and destroy them all because this was the belief that the Wizard of Oz projected. The wizard said they couldn't get what they wanted until they killed the wicked witch and brought him proof. In spite of vast odds and lots of trickery on the wicked witch's part, they prevailed. In the end, the wizard is revealed as a fake, but he can do two important things, which is acknowledge that the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Lion already have had the qualities they sought, like courage, brains, and a heart. Also, being from Kansas, there was a hot air balloon that they could return to Kansas. The story is a brilliant portrayal of how easily our beliefs can trip us up. How often are you like the good witch who makes pronouncements based on nothing more than hearsay? How often are you like Dorothy, who was so quick to believe the pronouncements of others? How often are you like Dorothy's traveling companions who look outside themselves for the powers they already have? The story also shows how basic is the human drive to better ourselves. Often, the main characters reinforce their belief that they could get what they wanted. Remember the Tin Man saying he could hear that he had not yet found the heart beating in his body? How often do you go beyond your limitations because you want something so much? How often do you find just the right allies because you are so engaged in your journey of change that they want to come along too? How can you, like Dorothy at the end, rediscover the joy and possibilities in your world that you have once overlooked? What other stories from this childhood have powerful wisdom for you as an adult? So everything about Wizard of Oz was about beliefs. And there is a quote that I read actually, and it says, a belief does not need to be considered a belief. All you need to do is believe it and it's true to you. When you live your life, what beliefs are you rolling with? Are they limiting beliefs? Time will tell, but the first step is really for you to be aware. So we had the Wizard of Oz. They go on this journey, but that journey didn't really need to happen because they had everything they needed. All right, so that's it for this little brief recording on mindset. I look forward to sharing some more.